Hello, hello, hello. Alright, so we're back to this load order with Thomas Siegel. Now, I've made a couple of changes. I moved RDO up above cutting room floor. That is relationship dialogue overhaul. Now, I was keeping, and I still have the other mods down here, keeping kind of a, let's call this, I don't know what you would call this. This is kind of a dialogue area or interaction area because it has kissing and immersive followers and Serana's dialogue, and it did have relationship dialogue overhaul right above Serana's dialogue, but I moved it because I keep cutting room floor up pretty high because it really just needs to follow the patch, and in my mind I consider it almost an extension of the patch. It's not exactly, but that's how I think of it. So I always keep it up pretty high. I've never had any issues with that. However, relationship dialogue overhaul, it doesn't say anything here about that, though there is a patch or was a patch, but I'm trying to go off, and as long as this works, I'm going to stick with it, trying to go off the latest information I had here. If you're using RDO and Immersive Follower Framework, okay, now Immersive Follower Framework is one of Tarshana's mods. Now, if you use, and this patch is from Tarshana, so if you use those two together, and I don't know how long, relationship dialogue overall has been out quite a while. I've not seen it really receive any updates. I don't know if the modder is still, really keeping that mod up or not, but I know that Tarshana and Arthmore and them are still around and working. I was going to look and see. I can't get to it. But I know they are still around and working and maintaining mods and things. So their notes, or Tarshana's notes on this, two things it says. It gives you a load order example, which is fine. The first load order example is the one I initially followed. But then down below that, you'll see they include cutting room floor coming after relationship dialogue overhaul. Unless I find something to the contrary, I tend to try to trust these folks. These folks are trying to do good work for you. That I know I do not specifically follow their load order, but still, if they go to the trouble of pointing something out, so far I have not found, I can't remember finding anything where they steered me wrong. So, whereas the reason I don't follow their specific load order is that, okay, this is the reason I don't follow anybody else's specific load order really, is that to me, it feels like they've made it overly complicated. And I feel like my load order is complicated enough, and I can give you a list of basically how I could always publish that on my next load order and kind of show you what my thinking is. And it has, like, I forget, it still, my batteries went dead. Okay, I'm going to get new batteries and I'll come back and we'll try to continue this talk. So, hold on just a minute. Alright, sorry about that technical difficulty. Got some new batteries in. Let me cut to the short of it. That was probably a good break. Let me just cut to the short of it. I'm going to try to follow what Tarshana has listed here and see how that works for us. Like I said, traditionally, I cannot think of a time when I have been steered wrong by following something like this. Here, let's see, Tarshana, at the bottom here, you see that it shows the cutting room floor coming between relationship dialogue overhaul and immersive framework, and they say that no other patches for RDO are currently necessary. And part of the reason, there was a bit of a little thing in the comments here sometime over the past year and a half, because I was using RDO down below alternate start, where I believe it says it should be, but Arthmore is the one that takes care of alternate start, and they have, either through changes and over time, I don't know, but anyway, it's been tested by Arthmore himself. You can see here at the note at the bottom that that alternate start should still be low, and that RDO doesn't necessarily have to be after alternate start. So I'm trying something just a little different. If this does not work, then we can go back to the original idea and move a lot of this stuff down much lower. Though that wasn't really my initial idea, as you can tell. So no, and someone said that, hey, RDO should be a lot lower. If you go by the comments on RDO, that is true, and I'm not really trying to fuss with that mod author at all. It's just that I'm not sure when the last time RDO was updated. If we look that up, to really see the last time it was updated, I would probably have to look at, that was terrible on my typing. It's terrible. The last time, we would really have to look it up on Bethesda to see the last time it was updated, which that does sometimes make a difference if a mod hasn't been updated in years, if the mod author is not, oh, that's horrible, look at that, that's not going to get anything. No, it's not. Well, y'all can laugh at me, that was a pretty bad search, wasn't it? And I should have seen that. It's not like you go so fast on this that you can't see it. But no, I did not see it. The old man just missed it totally. Alright, so anyway, if we go out this way, relationship dialogue overhaul is probably going to be pretty far out to the right. The farther out it is to the right, the older it is, and the less it has been updated. See, even these have not been updated in a while, but I know that Tarshana and Arthmore are still at least reasonably active and watching after their mods, or at least I believe they are. I don't know that, like I don't know these people, so I shouldn't say that I know that, but you know what I mean. From what I see that from time to time they are still active, changes are still happening, things are happening. RDO, while a popular mod, is way out here to the right even more so, and I'm not sure the last time that it was updated, or, so I'm not sure. I'm not trying to put down anything, I'm just saying that kind of indicates to me that this mod has not been, messed with in a while, not since before the last time the cheat room was messed with. Now, the cheat room was messed with over a year ago by someone other than the original mod author, which was a horrible thing, and I'm glad that they undid most of that. There's still a little damage lingering, but nothing major. It's just a minor inconvenience. I know, I'm just going on. But anyway, so this one has not been changed in a while, and we could look it up. Matter of fact, maybe I should. You know what? I'll just go look it up on Bethesda, and we'll see when the last time that was updated. So bear with me and hold on a minute. Well, unfortunately, I was foiled again. I don't know why, but Bethesda's site won't load up right now, so I'm not going to worry about that. Nonetheless, I guess my main point is I'm going to follow, we're not going to use these patches, say, like this and this, because Arthmore handles USSCP and CRF, which is the patch and the cutting room floor, and Arthmore also handles, let's see, so what did we say? The cutting room floor? Oh, and also handles alternate start. So if that person is saying that those patches aren't needed, I'm going to try to go along with what they say. And Tarshana is, in essence, speaking for them, noting that they had already tested this stuff out. So, this was vetted through testing, and Arthmore I guess that means with Arthmore or by Arthmore himself. So it's not an arbitrary change. And it's for our benefit. So I'm going to try, again, like I was saying, I'm going to try to take them at their word. Now these, Clouded Truth did these. Clouded Truth. Now Clouded Truth, was that the original? Yeah, Clouded Truth is the mod author. Now this is a very popular mod. Now if that mod author came back and had some reason that I should go against this, then perhaps I would listen to them. For right now, I probably would, but right now I'm going to try and go with what, like I said, I've found, for the most part, I've not had any issues. I've never, I think I mentioned this already, I've never had any issues. So with following, something simple like this from Tarshana or Arthmore or any of them. So I found them to be reliable, so I'm just going to stick with that. So that's my reasoning for those who say that RDO should be lower and I'm trying it up higher. And I understand your concern, and I appreciate that. Also, I've noticed a lot of people have made a lot of comments, which this is great, honestly. This is great. I laugh. But this has been great about JK Skyrim crashes, how awful, how they don't use that, or how they've had trouble with it too, and how they have to go to the stables and then walk into Windhelm. Well, let me just confirm for you, we have eliminated JK Skyrim because it was unstable even by itself. We eliminated, wow, I'm making up my own language now, folks. Anyway, eliminated the Winterhold Overhaul, not because it wasn't compatible with the Magical College of Winterhold, though it may well be. I'm not saying that isn't a problem. But when I tried it even by itself, it crashed. Just like JK Skyrim. Now I'm trying to make as stable a load order as possible. So if there is a mod that I try to use and it alone breaks the game, I'm not keeping that mod. I'm throwing it out. And I do the same in my own because I don't want that kind of hassle. I would rather just live without it. I'll find something else that doesn't have that problem. So that's why JK Skyrim, it's a small mod and I would not have thought it would be that unstable, but for some reason it is. JK Skyrim and that Winterhold Overhaul, and I don't remember, was it Winterhold Restored? It also, and you'll see this in the previous episodes, it also is too unstable. You can't, even by itself, you can't go into all of it and check it out. So remember in our testing previously, we had gotten quite a ways. We even tested the Conan mod just a little bit. Now you're going to have to test the rest of that out because I didn't want to do too many spoilers, so I stopped. But we did test that out a little bit. Of course, we can't test that out. You're going to have to go face Alduin, and I'm not going to play the whole game for you. Okay, that would be boring because you need to see how this plays out for yourself. So we tested. We got down, though, pretty far. We knew the cheat room was working, so we haven't done all of these. I'm not saying that we're going to specifically test every mod. Again, I'm just going to say we're not doing that. You don't really need this mod. You can get those keys in the cheat room. Matter of fact, you can get all keys in the cheat room, but I left this mod here in case you want it. We'll see if it causes any trouble. All it does is it leaves the keys for the player homes somewhere where you can find them. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It is a little bit of a add into the world, I will say, because they give you the location of each key. But, I may or may not. As long as everything still works, I probably won't even check these because I figure the keys will be there. But you really don't need this. Like I said, if you have the cheat room, just go to there's 2 chests I showed you earlier, I think, in one of the previous videos, where you can just grab You can just grab the keys. And also, you do want to be careful about your Windhelm murder mystery quest. So you can go in and out of that, but you want to be careful because you can mess up your quest by accident, I think. Let's see. So we got a good ways. We played a little bit and had a little fun. So far, I think we had gotten it working in a reasonable manner. I'm not saying we tested every single... Did we test? No, we did not. I didn't even go by and see the Gilder Green. We've not tested every single mod, but we have traveled around. Like, I don't do a lot of pickpocketing, so I didn't try that. You can certainly try that. You know, these are things you'll need to test. I think I may have tried the unlimited sprinting just for convenience sake. I think that worked. We might try that. Anyway, a lot of these mods you will just have to try out yourself and see if they're worthwhile. Now, someone said that you did not need Invincible Horses because Convenient Horses takes care of that for you. Now, I am trying to pay attention to the comments. Even if I don't have a chance to respond, I am trying, honestly. It's just not always as possible as I would like. This does not say that the horses are invulnerable or cannot be killed, so I'm not sure. I'm going to say that the person who said this is probably correct because I've never used this mod, but it's something you can test out yourself, see if you can kill your horse or if someone else can kill your horse. You don't have to have Invincible Horses if you think it's unnecessary. It's a very small mod anyway. Does it really matter? It's, you know. But then again, I mean, I understand you don't want your horse dying all the time, so I get that. But it could be Convenient Horses does take care of that. I could not find anything to confirm that. But like I said, someone had made a comment, so that might be something you can look at to eliminate a specific mod. Let's see, is there anything else? No, I think we had done pretty good. Once we eliminated the two major problems were JK Skyrim and that Winterhold Overhaul. And I guess I should find that so we know which one I'm talking about. Because I have slept since then and I just do not remember, you know. That is not just a product of getting old. That's just, you know, you do a lot of stuff from one week to the next and you may not remember everything. It's good to see somebody's bringing back some of Wickwall's mods. Some of these weren't even Wickwall's mods, but like this is a pretty good follower mod from what I remember. And is this one of Wickwall's mods? Yes, this is one of Wickwall's followers. I thought it might be. I don't always remember that well. And then they're also doing this modder is also doing some stuff with Pandora's or Pandorables characters, which is interesting if you find any of that interesting. So, just mentioning that because we're here. Anyway, this Winterhold Overhaul. Let's see if we can find that. Because I have already forgotten the name of it, honestly. That's how bad I am. And I admit it. Right, Winterhold Restored. This was it. Is this the patch? That's a patch. Hold on. And I think the problem, too, with this mod is that it's older and it probably has not been updated to go with certain things. Well, how far over are we going to go? I do not know. Oh, there. Is that it? No, that's a patch. So, though I say that, I'm just guessing. I probably shouldn't even guess. I apologize. So, wow. I didn't even get to it. Okay, well. Anyway, it's Winterhold Restored is the one that we found. That was the problem. That and JK Skyrim, we ended up eliminating those. Along the way, I think we also eliminated a Breeze Home mod, which I think we since brought back for you. Let me just go down and check. Though, I will tell you the Breeze Home mod that I like the best. Let's see if we brought that back here or not. Oh, have we not got to it yet? We may not have gotten to it yet. Oh, wait, maybe we didn't do it. Maybe it didn't work after all. No, there we go. We brought, okay. The other one did not work out. We still had too many, whatever. But we brought, or maybe, I don't remember now. You know what? I just don't remember. But nonetheless, so we brought back this Breeze Home mod, which is very small, and it has a lot of cool stuff in it. Now, it does not have as much, well, I think it still has, I still think it has a good amount of stuff. It still has some good looks to it, but it really has everything you need as far as crafting and everything like that. Instead of it being a basic starter home without much in it, it really has basically everything you need now. So this is really a good Breeze Home mod that I have used before and really like it. And some of the others, I think like Dova Girl, they like this too, and it is good. So, and it's, like I say, it's small, and if you do texture changes and different things, then you'll see those changes in this house as well. It doesn't add any textures of its own. It'll use whatever textures you're using. So, alright, so this is where we've gotten to, and I'm sorry, I'm kind of rambling, I know, but this helps me get familiar with where we are. Now, I did go through and turn on some of the replacers to test them out in our plan, and I did turn on like Professor Dune and Geo so we could have them as followers. I had forgotten I did that. That was pretty fun. And then we have our character mods, so our folks would look a little better. Now, some of these are different than what you had because you had started with CBBE, but unfortunately that conflicted with like the Conan mod and possibly with some other mods you had for armor and stuff. So I removed that and I put in, initially I had installed something of Wickwaz, but that's all gone. So at this point then, I would go, if you want that kind of appearance, close to the CBBE appearance, then you can use this TMBE, which is what they were trying to do, and you can see right here at the top. It's only meshes, no texture, so you can use whatever texture you want. Similar to CBBE body in a UNP base. What they were doing is trying to get close to that in a UNP base so that you could use UNP, because in Skyrim on the Xbox, CBBE, even though I know Morgan Helson tries to do some stuff for CBBE, it's just not as popular on the Xbox. And Wickwall had done some stuff too, and now that they're gone, probably some of those mods are gone as well. So it's just UNP is easier and more prevalent on the Xbox in Skyrim. Alright. For a texture in the world, just for fun, I did Skyland all-in-one just to make it look better. You can use whatever you want. We didn't have enough room for Clever Sharps, or I would have used that because I really love that. And it's newer, but I really love Skyland all-in-one. It's a great mod. I know somebody was telling me there's some things that it does not include, and I'm okay with that. That's fine. Maybe those will be added in the future. Nonetheless, so I did turn on the fire effects because I really love them, and so maybe we'll see some of that. I did not turn on the blood textures or the quality map or some of this stuff. I'm waiting to do that later. And so we see that these are on because we need those to create new characters and continue testing. And we have a few patches down here that we needed. So this is where we stand right now. Do we have even half of these mods active? That is a good question. Now, I will say, though, out of the mods we don't have active, a good number of them are these. Usually armor and clothing mods are really, and weapons, usually not a big deal. Occasionally you'll get one that has a serious issue and crashes your game, but that's been pretty rare. It has happened, but I can't think of a good example. That's been pretty rare. So I think a lot of the base of your game at least does not crash. Again, I have not tested every single one of these. You will have to try. Now that one I hope I got it recorded. This one I definitely did test because a guard, of course, he had to talk about getting an arrow in the knee, and he was electrocuted immediately, which was funny. But nonetheless, I haven't gone through and individually tried every one of these. But we will be trying these mods out and trying to test these things out more as we go. Okay. So I don't remember where I left Conan, but we're gonna go get on him, make sure we can still travel around. We might go ahead and turn on some more mods if everything seems okay. I really probably should turn on the rest of these down to the perk point book and just see. Let's see how many that be. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's only 7, 8, 9, 10. We could probably turn on some more mods and then run around and make sure that the game is not broken. I'm concerned that the keys, because the keys, that is like a little edit. Pardon me. That is like a little edit in every major town where there's a player home. So as you might realize, that concerns me a little bit. Because you have a little edit in every town. See that? Markarth, Solitude, Winterhold, Rifton, and Whiterun. So I just want to make sure that we can get in and out of those towns. We can look around. This one I might specifically go test the location of each key. Maybe we should do that. I was going to play some on Conan, but I think we can at least get some of these things turned on. Now, I have concerns. I have not tried these. These may work great, but these could be problematic. I've never tried these. I've never tried mercenaries. Some of this, we might be adding too many people and too many changes into the game. The Beasts of Tamriel, I thought I had used that before, and it worked okay, but it could be too much. We'll see. There's a number of things here that I haven't turned on yet that could be problematic because they're adding people and more things to the game. Okay, at some point we'll hit that edge. We'll hit that limit where if we keep adding stuff that we're going to crash the game. It just happens. If you try to add too many things, too many people to the game, eventually you'll crash it out. I think most of these mods down through here should be okay. Now, I'm not sure. Immersive Citizens. Immersive Citizens has always been kind of an issue for me. Now, I do have it lower in the load order. It says it is compatible with the Relationship Dialog Overhaul. So, now, let's see. It's not fully compatible with JK Skyrim anyway. I was thinking we would probably have to drop that anyway. And it may not have been compatible with the Winterhold Restored mod either, but we didn't get a chance to try that. So those two mods never made the cut, even high up in the load order. So, all right. Anyway, so this is another one that I'm concerned with, is the Immersive Citizens, the realistic conversations. Now it says it should go below. It says it's compatible, and that it should be down at the bottom of the load order. So that's what we're trying to do here. So trying to follow as much of this as I can. Now, I do not go out, and I probably never will go out on Bethesda and look up every mod and look at all the comments that people put out on those mods. Why? It's way too time consuming, for one. But number two, taking just a lot of comments from people, sometimes you will see a pattern. And I have done that when I had a mod that was really difficult and I really wanted to test it. And I have done that before when I needed to, but I don't do that for every mod right off the bat. Just going out and looking at random comments, there's always someone under every mod that can't make it work. I'm not trying to be mean, it's just a fact. There's always someone under almost every mod where they're going, I can't make this work. It doesn't work for me. And there's always someone else who says, oh, it works fine. I don't have any trouble. So you get this gamut, this range of comments, and it's just not that helpful. Now, if you find you're really having trouble with a mod and you want to try to get that trouble worked out because you really want to use it, or like I say, I really want to test it or play around with it, then if you've tried everything else, then if you want to go and look at those mod comments and see if someone is having that issue that you're having, or seeing if there's some comment of value, then it's worthwhile. But just to go out initially and to look at the comments on Bethesda for every mod would just be such a chore and would just take so long, and is not really, I don't get that much benefit out of it. So I don't do that. Now, like I said, I do at a certain point. If I reach a certain point and I really want a mod to work, I will do that. However, just going out and reading the comments to confirm that, yeah, it doesn't work, or it crashes a lot like JK Skyrim or Winterhold Restored, that's really not very, very helpful. So, but I do that. I do go look at the comments if I feel I need to, but most of the times I'm not going to go out and just look at all these random comments by people, because I never know, who they're coming from, what is their problem, what do they have in their load order that I'm not using. There's so many variables involved. So, okay. All right. So I've probably rambled on enough. I think I have an idea of where we are here in the game, and I have made a few changes, as I mentioned. We're going to try this out. I'm going to hop on Conan. We're going to travel around. I was going to play some because I was really tired last week and I wanted to play for fun. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put these keys on, and we're going to go try those keys in every town. It'll prove we can still travel to every town. 2, we'll be able to check that edit and make sure that edit does not cause our game to crash. Then I think our second test of the day is probably going to be these mystic condensers. After that, everything else I think we can just try as we go, though some of these, you know what? No, I'll take that back. We're probably going to test that individually and probably test this individually and that. This one I'm not so worried about. I'm not so worried about that, and I know that these lanterns will be okay. I could probably just turn those on. And the Provincial Courier Service, where's his home? Mod, in a small shack along the main road next to Hunting Brew. We'll try that out too, but, matter of fact, we could turn all these on, but any of these, especially I'm looking at some of these and I'm worried they're going to be a problem because they edit the towns again. So let's just try these one at a time. It'll take a little longer, and I do have to do a reset, but it'll be worth it. So let's try the player home keys first, just because I'm curious. So I'm going to go do a reset, and I will be back. Oh. Okay, we're loading up Conan. Usually I would skip the load screen, but I did want to mention, I know I put a post out about this a few days back or whatever, maybe a week back, I don't know, but work has been busy of late all of a sudden, so you might notice a downturn in, productivity on the channel. You might notice that I'm not getting out as many videos as I would like. So, and part of the reason is the project at work, and then part of the reason is this project. So there's 2 reasons, but I am still trying to make sure I get some stuff out as best I can. I also had a couple of days where I was you know, feeling bad. I had some medicine that was kind of making me sick, you know, for a day or two. But seem to be over that now, so not a big deal. Nothing to worry about there. But, so, you know, between work and this project, my other output or videos have been limited. All right, here's... He's silly. So him and Geo. Oh yeah, and I got Hulda for fun. Alright. Unfortunately, we were going to come here and do some adventuring. We're going to come back to that later, okay? Seriously, we will. But for right now, I want us to travel to the main towns, and I want to see if we're going to have any issues. Because remember those keys, for those keys to be hidden in the town, there has to be a small edit to the town. And it's going to be around Breeze Home, or around each player home. And I am using a Breeze Home replacer, which I just realized that could be an issue. So let's see if that's going to be an issue. Hopefully that rock and that key are outside of Breeze Home enough that it doesn't cause any trouble. Because the Breeze Home mod I'm using is primarily, now there is some outside edit, but primarily most of the change is interior. Alright, so we seem okay. He is so funny. He's carrying this huge book, and it is the Lusty Argonian Maid book. It is so dumb. Alright, y'all go on about your business. Let me see if we can find this rock. Oh, search under rock. Okay, there's gold and the key. I'm not going to take them. But there you go. So that's wonderful. Alright. So, this was the town I was most worried about. I think the other towns will be fine. Let's go to Markarth. We have been to Markarth, so it shouldn't be a problem. So since Winterhold, oh my goodness, I have Winterhold on the brain. Sorry about that. Since Whiterun worked, I imagine that this is going to work as well. But I just want to check on those keys, make sure that we can get to those keys. If we can get them, then everything's good. And now this is from the Conan mod, this thing here. I'm assuming most everyone has seen that movie. It was a great movie for its time. Geo, y'all are blocking me in, man. But let's see. This is Conan, right? Yeah. Okay. This is the latest version of our Conan dude. So now let's see. What did we choose here? Can we jump that high? Okay. The professor talks a lot. That does not mean he's bad. He just talks a lot. Hold on. I feel like I'm going to cough, and I don't want to cough on the microphone. Tell you what, I will be right back. Sorry about that. I think I have that taken care of now. Let's see. Do we have... What's in the sack? Carrots. The professor, don't be in the way, professor. I might have to look at the mod. I may have brought you back too soon. I might have to look at the mod to see where the key is. There should be something around here. Wait, what was that? Was that the professor? That's just the professor. He gave me a gold. Okay. Alright, the professor, for all his goofiness, he will give you a gold occasionally. Where is our rock that we should be looking under? You know what? I'm going to have to go look this up in the mod. So bear with me. I should have paid more attention to the description while we were there, but I don't want you to sit through that load, so just bear with me. Be right back. Working! Okay, so I was taking it too literally. Here is a ring and a necklace. One of these is supposed to have the key, and there's the key. So I was taking this too literally. After looking at the Whiterun one, I thought they would all be hidden under a rock, but that is not the case. So anyway, so we came here to Markarth. Mission accomplished. We saw the the key is there, and no harm, no foul. Let's go to Solitude. We're going to go look at the... Yeah, I know, the professor is still talking. Now, unfortunately, like I've said before, in the toaster's machine, I don't know why, her volume does not carry, her sound will not carry into the recorder for me for some reason. Whereas on my machine, using the exact same setup, it works. I have no idea why. We're both using all the same equipment in both instances. The only difference is her Xbox is plugged into the recorder versus mine. And I tried to check the settings, and they both are using the same settings. So unless there is a setting I'm unaware of, I don't know why this would be. It could just be that I've missed something, and, you know, that's life. Oh my goodness, dude. I did not really want him to... Alright, so here, the key is supposed to be in one of the statues. Okay, there's the key in that statue. I wonder if they put anything... Sometimes, let's see what's in this statue. Oh, it's a ring. His head is flashing. He's flashing. What is he doing? Professor, please keep it calm. You can cause me to have a headache doing that business. That was terrible. Oh, okay. Everyone knows that. Right, okay. Does Hulda have anything to say? She seems strangely quiet. No, she does not have anything to talk about. Okay. Sure thing. Alright, so, anyway, I'm just being stupid now. Don't pay attention to me. Alright, so, let's see. That was the 3 major towns here. Now, we really need to check Windhelm and Rifton. I always worry about them because if you're going to have trouble, it's one of them too. So, let's just head to Windhelm and see how that goes. Again, some of your load screens are replaced by the Conan game and some of the objects from, the Conan game, the Conan mod. And it, puts some items in straight, like from the movie, or at least a close appearance, like the movie. So you're going to see quite a few load screens like this, is all I was getting at. So let's pop in here to Windhelm. Hey! Oh, steady now. So, uh-oh. This isn't the courier, is it? No. It's some other dude. He's in a hurry. Yes, you made your fortune. Very nice. Alright, so, let's see. We need to go up here. I don't think we started the murder mystery yet, which is just as well. I'm not really that interested, but, yes, I know. He's causing trouble. So, these guys and people just walk around with all this blood all over the place, and they never suspect anything. What is these people's problem? Anyway, let's see. Is this got it? I thought one of those might have it. Is it in anything out here? It's going to be in something. They tried to make it fairly easy to find. There we go. It's inside the gargoyle's mouth up here. There's the key. And they give you they throw you in a little bonus, a little bit of stuff. That's cool. I think that's nice. Alright, so, okay, no problems here. If we go to Rifton and we can find the key and don't have any issue, then I'm going to deem that mod to be fine. We'll go check out, what is it, Honeyside? Honeyside. We need some honey, honey child. Yeah, I know. Anyway, I'm just accustomed to all those funny little things. Alright, here we go. So we're here. Now you notice, whoa, Hulda and G, everybody's with me. Good, okay. Oh, The lighting there looked kind of odd, but I see what it is. Okay. Anyway, I forgot what I was going to say. It wasn't important. So here, we're going to find it in a fish. There's a fish. Oh, there we go. It's one of these fish on the rail. Oh. Okay, it just automatically gave it to me. There's the key. We got the key. So it's going to be in the fish, and then you get some other various things. And then you could go in. I'm not going to right now. We've not purchased any of those homes. We don't have any mods for them. There's really no reason to go inside. Just proving that we have the key should be sufficient. I mean, we could easily... Well, I guess we could prove that it works. I guess I hadn't thought about that. I had the key to Honeyside already, though, to be honest. Yes, would y'all mind? Give me a little room there, Bonnie. Alright. Okay. Dune. Benjamin Dune. Alright. Well, that's it. Anyway, that proves the keys work, so no big deal there. So that's great, actually. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to test another couple of mods that I am concerned about, and then after that, we're going to go for it, okay? We're just going to go for it. So, hold on. I will be right back.
Aye, sir.
Alright, I didn't want to put you through that long load to get here. And plus, Bethesda's being particular again, so it took me like 4 or 5 attempts to actually get here. So if we get kicked out, you'll know what's going on. So anyway, now I know I've probably rambled on and probably had trains of thought that got interrupted and I didn't get back to. But hopefully everything will be okay. We're just going to continue on. Since we know, at least from what I just saw, the keys work and it didn't cause us any trouble. So I'm going to try. I'm going to try. There's only these few mods left. Now, first of all, I'm pretty confident in this one. I've used it myself. These others I have not used, and the armor mods I'm not worried about. I'm not too worried about the perk point book or this from Arthmore, so I'm going to turn those on. Okay. I know, I'm just going crazy. I'm pretty sure this is going to be okay too. This is another Arthmore mod, but I do want to check it out, and I do want to check out the condensers. I am concerned about the condensers and how they'll be placed and whether or not they will actually work. That's not exactly what I mean. Whether or not they will cause trouble with the way they're placed, because I think these are expecting to place themselves in very vanilla areas, and we do have some changes to some areas, so I'm not sure how that's going to be. So, let's see. Like here, they say they are located in the palace of the... Oh, okay, wait, no, this might work. Where can you find these devices? They are located in the palace of the Jarl of each hold. They are usually to be found in each court wizard's work area. So if you don't immediately find one as you enter the palace, you may have to look a bit. Okay, alright. They can also be found in the College of Winterhold's quarters. Ooh, that might be a problem. Dark Brotherhood Sanctuaries is available after purchasing the Poisoner's Nook upgrade and the Ragged Flagon. The Ragged Flagon... I don't know why I have trouble with that. The Ragged Flagon Cistern. So what we will do... Because I am concerned about this, but now I'm not as concerned because they're not going to be... I don't think they're going to be in your home. We will check out Breeze Home, though, because at one point I thought it put one in Breeze Home. But this says it's in the wizards areas in the Jarls. You know, the Jarls' palaces or whatever you want to call it. So, So yeah, let's check that out. I'll also go swing by and just make sure the shack is there and we don't get any crashes. We'll swing by that area and we'll look around. We'll go look at Breeze Home and see if they put one in there, but we'll also go up to the Jarl's Palace. So bear with me. I'm going to go do a reset since we turned some things on there. Now, there are updates for these two mods, and I am undecided yet if I want to apply these updates. For the sake of our testing, I probably should, but I'm holding out until we do a couple of more things, and then Actually, I should probably go ahead and apply it, shouldn't I? Even though it could throw us into turmoil. I hate doing that. But I'll tell you, this mod actually shrunk. It's actually a lot smaller. And then this mod grew a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. I'll show you the difference. This was 54.5 as opposed to like 56.5 or 57. This was 60 megabytes, and now it's going to shrink down to about 25. So, I know, I'm trying to think. I'm probably going to go ahead and update them, so don't be surprised. And then I'm going to do a reset. So maybe I'll just go ahead and do that and get it over with. I wasn't going to do this, but you know, if we're going to test this out and hand it over to someone and say, okay, this is working, then I should probably try to make sure these are updated. And if it's not working, then, I mean, honestly, you've seen my reaction to mods that are not working or unstable. I'm pretty much like, okay, goodbye. Because I'm not going to spend forever on those mods, and nobody really expects that. So that would be totally ridiculous. So let's put these back in place where they should be. Remember, anytime you update a mod, it automatically drops all the way to the bottom. That's just the way they do it. So that's life. Now, I haven't really played around with that hybrid thing, but I can say that right now it's not causing any crashes, but I haven't used any part of it. So, if we run into a situation where we're using some of those, spells, abilities, whatever, or if we create that armor and it starts crashing, then we'll know that's a problem. But, I haven't tried any of it out yet, and I can't imagine that the armor would actually be a problem. Probably more than likely some of the other vampire and werewolf related stuff would be an issue if you're going to have an issue. So this mod is not as big as it was. So I'm not going to put it back up. I had it up above Convenient Horses, but I do a thing where I put the smaller mods below the bigger mods. So it's just a progression thing that I do. It's not what you have to do, but I like to, within my groupings, I like to order them by size so that the smaller mod is below the bigger mod and has a better chance of surviving and having that change be active. It's just a weird mental thought. Alright, so now in this load order has a couple of things that my normal load order does not have. For one, I do not normally do any sounds, and there's a couple of different reasons. One, if I do any music, I get copyright claimed immediately, as we found even in Fallout 4 with the radio. So I just don't mess with music and sounds a lot because of that reason. If I'm going to get copyright claimed, and then my video is going to have to sit for over a month while I try to work that out, it's just not worth the time and effort. So I don't normally mess with sounds. Now you'll notice in my write-up of a load order, which I do have a kind of a descriptive write-up, I do make a place for that, and it is, I think, in this general area. But anyway, and then there's this unique section here. I don't usually use mods like this exactly, and like I use AFT, and I would usually just put it in the changes. Game changes. But in this case, because these are interactive, and I guess you could call it immersion, but I'm not really calling it immersion because then that implies something else for some people. But in this interactive and dialogue section, I have that little section there that I don't normally have in my game. And I also have these things up here I usually don't have this in my game either, but you can put big overhauls up there and it doesn't hurt anything. Plus the RDO needs to be higher than cutting room floor, so I could move cutting room floor down more, but I don't. You say why, and I say, well, because I don't. That's all. It's just me. I've always had it up higher, and it's always worked well for me, so. Alright, so then, do I have any other odd sections? I don't think I have any other odd sections in this load order. In my load order, and in my new load order list that I have updated recently, I have gone ahead, because sometimes we need that, and I have created a little animations. Actually, it is in this load order. A little animations grouping, so that if you're doing animations, you can put them right before like alternate start in your patches, and that's what I do. The animations a lot of times need to be low anyway. I mean, that seems to work best for me. That's just me. Alright, so let's see, what were we going to do? So we tried the keys and that worked. We turned on a few things. We're going to go check out these condensers and the courier service. Alright, so I'm going to go do a reset, and I will come back after that. So, see you in a minute.
Captain's log supplemental.
Alright, so we're back here, and Professor Dune is just running off. And you'll see we got Tainted Blood. That mod is updated. Okay, so I think that's okay. We haven't done anything with the Tainted Blood mod, or the hybrid, or whatever you want to call it. So I think that's okay. Now, I did not look in here to see if there is a magic condenser in Honeyside. I doubt there is, especially since we've not actually bought the house, and I don't think anything is in here. But let's take a quick look. Wow, I am seriously having some issues, but nonetheless, not really. I'm just a little. I get a little frustrated with myself. That's all. All right. Okay, so nothing's here, which is what I would have expected. Okay, so we're going to go to, first place I'm going to go is to Whiterun, and, hello, Hulda, and check out Breezeholm to make sure they didn't put one in the home, and maybe on the way to Whiterun, we'll stop by and check out, where is Honningbrew? Let's see if we can just go there. The little shack should be here. It shouldn't be a problem. We'll just stop by the courier service and just make sure. I don't imagine we'll have a problem, but I'm just going to kind of skip through, and if we don't have any errors or issues and we can find the little shack, then we'll just move on. We're not going to do anything big. You can always come out here and talk to the person and play around, you know. Really, you should probably test each of your mods individually as much as you can before you really set out and start playing. In this case, though, since I have all of these things, I'm not going to test every single mod individually. I'm just going to, you know, some of them I'm just going to kind of breeze by. We're going to take a cursory look at it. We're going to see if we can go into the area, and if we can move around town and do things like that, we'll be okay. Oh, I forgot about my horse. Hey, Vafrey, how you doing? All right, so looky here. We got the little beehives. So that mod's working. I wasn't even trying to test that. Hey, is this the, oh, that is a bee. Dude, okay, now the professor is way too talkative for my taste. I'm just letting you know. It's not that I don't like him, but oh my goodness, I can imagine after a while he is going to be too much. They said a shack out here in this general area. They didn't say where, though. Alright, so here we have Honningbrew and their other building. Well, Okay, maybe I'm taking them too seriously. Maybe in this area is not the same as like right on top of it. Maybe I'm too close? Possibly? Maybe. Well, if I was going to put a shack out here, it would be... Maybe that description is not... I mean, look, I'm not trying to be overly critical, but sometimes the way someone describes something is not the way I would describe it. So there is a chance that the shack is not where I'm thinking it is. Just because they mentioned it was near doesn't mean it's right there on top of it. There is a cave up there, but a cave would not be a shack, would it? I wouldn't think so. Hey, Geo, man, how you doing? Well, alright, now I may, the other day I saw a video I did the other day and I totally missed, I forget what I was talking about, but I totally missed something that was right in front of me, very obvious, and I'll be surprised if nobody mentions it. And this may be one of those times. Did he? I don't remember who her husband is. I thought... Isn't her husband the guy that gives you the quest for his sword? Maybe I'm confused. Alright. Okay, I'm not finding the provincial courier service anywhere. Let's head up this way for a minute. I mean, it's all in the same cell, so let's look around for a minute. I thought they said it was on the road, though. Well, Okay, maybe I'm too far away. Let's head down here to the road and look around down here. Could that be it there? Could it just be that? Let's head over that way and see if that's it. That looks like it's part of the farms, but let's just go over here and see if this has anything. No, this looks like it's part of the farm. Well, folks, I tell you, wait, is this the courier? No, it is not the courier. And this is his farm, right? Yeah, that's his farm. I'm not going to interfere with his farm. Could it be this over here? Maybe it's something else here. Maybe saying it's next to Hunting Brew, or maybe they said it was on the way. So maybe this is it. All this is it. I was way too far away. Oh, there's our friend. We know about him. Nope, he don't have anything for me. Alright, so it's really not... Maybe I was too literal in my reading or something. It's not really on the... It's not even near Hunting Brew. Hold on a second. Okay. Alright, I have to do this. I will be back in a moment.
Up your shaft.
Alright, so I thought maybe I had misread the description for this mod, but I did not. It says this mod, wow, this mod is simple immersion realism mod that provides a small shack outside of Whiterun along the main road next to Hunting Brew Meadery. Now, until you say next to Hunting Brew Meadery, you're absolutely correct. But it's not next to Hunting Brew Meadery, just so you know. It is really a lot closer. It's down here really a lot closer to the stables. At the fork in the road, Hunting Brew is way up there. So that's why I couldn't find it. It's really not next to Hunting Brew Meadery. It's down here closer to the stables, which is fine. I'm not complaining. It's just that description does throw you off a little bit. So if you have that problem just like I did, that's why you're having that problem. It's just that it's not up there next to Honey Brew Meadery at all. It's down here near the stables and the fork in the road, okay? So just so you know that, it's actually more on the side heading down to the watchtower. So anyway, that maybe they moved it around. Maybe they developed it up there and then they changed their mind and moved it down here. Nonetheless, the description isn't quite right. So there you go. And now sometimes the description that we see, like I just showed you while I was in game and I looked at the description, sometimes that description is slightly different than the description that you see in the mod menu. So just want to point that out to you. That does happen. So let's see. So we are ready. I'm going to take us on into Whiterun. We're just going to go ahead and pop in. We're going to check Breezeholm real fast and go up to Dragon's Reach and see about that, what is that? The condenser. So, but we know the courier, pardon me, that little courier mod, we know that is working okay. Sorry. I haven't eaten anything, haven't done anything, so it's not anything like that. It's just sometimes I'm kind of dry and I'm trying to get some water and different things. But nonetheless, so the courier is there. There's not any problem with that house. So we just want to check inside Breezeholm and we want to go up to Dragon's Reach. Pardon me, I just grabbed a sip of water. Smells of dead bottoms. I do not want to know about dead bottoms, dude. You just keep that stuff and information to yourself. Alright. So I'm going to pop in here real fast. I don't think there should be a condenser in here. Oh, we haven't even bought Breezeholm. So I don't think there will be anything in here to see until we do. Alright, so we'll check this out later. Let's go check the Jarls. It doesn't say anything about them being in the player homes anyway. So let's go check the Jarls' palaces and see how those look. Now, if for any reason we have magic condensers in your player homes, if you're using a mod that changes your player home, those magic condensers may not be placed appropriately. You may just have to deal with that. So, anyway. Oh, I think I still have like a 5 gold bounty or something. Let's move on. Wait, I know you. You owe me 5 gold. If we stand around long enough, the professor will give us 5 gold. Alright, so, what did we come in here for? Oh yeah, magic condenser. That's right. Now, more than likely, yeah, see, they've put it here. Now, as long as you don't have a mod that changes this area, what? Oh, shut up, dude. As long as you don't have anything that changes this area, you should be in good shape, because here is the magic condenser, and it's in an okay location. Now, it looks like you're stirring a pot. Okay. Okay, the professor does talk too much. Nonetheless, there you go. You have seen the magic condenser, no problem. So I don't think you'll actually have any trouble with those. As long as they're not in any area that's edited by another mod, they should be fine. I'm just going to bebop around. We're going to check out each town and their castle, or keep in this case. And we're just going to make sure that we can go to the appropriate area in each one. That should be sufficient to prove that the condenser is there and it's not causing any issue. I was a little concerned with all these little edits, but we'll see. Oh, and I think I lost a train of thought earlier, but I do appreciate everybody's comments about all this craziness and saying, hey, I know this mod isn't compatible with that mod and all that. And I think someone, I forgot who now, said that I didn't accept help. It's really not that I'm not accepting your help. I see your comment. I'm looking at it now. I admit, recently here I've been tight on time with work and everything, and I've not had a chance to go through and really read and respond to the comments like I want to, but I will get back to that. But I do have notifications on, and I do see the comments when they come up, and I do take that into consideration when a bunch of people get on and say, oh, JK Skyrim, it crashes all the time, then it's like, well, y'all are confirming what I tested out. And not to say that that's not a good thing, because that's a great thing, but I still have to or need to test it out in this load order and in this game. So even though you've made those comments, and even though I myself am seeing the same thing for JK Skyrim and for the Winterhold Restored, I had to test and make sure that those mods were actually problematic. That way I can just say, look, I have video in my testing. These mods do not work. So, or at least they do not work reliably. And that's important because we need them to be reliable. I mean, it's fun to have a mod that's fun to kick around with and stuff, but if my game's going to crash every 5 or 10 minutes or every time I go to a particular town, then that's not fun. And then like Windhelm and Rifton are the pickiest places. If I have to travel to the stables and walk into town because something's wrong with that mod, then, if that's a choice you make and you use that mod and you do that, and that's your decision, that's your game, that's perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with that. But for me, when I'm trying to do this and I'm trying to tell you this is stable, this is near as I can tell, this is stable. From what I can tell, this is good and it works and it's okay. Then, if I see crashes like that, then I have to I just have to let you know. I don't think it's stable. It may still be a good mod that you enjoy and you might be able to work around it, or maybe the occasional crash doesn't bother you. But I don't know. I just feel like I need to point that out. Hey, we've got an issue here. That's kind of what it is with JK Skyrim and Winterhold Restored. Both of those, I couldn't even get them to work in a stable manner by themselves. Now, and that's probably, well, I'm going to say probably they're doing something that maybe the Xbox can't handle. I think the professor just gave me another gold. That's why I'm chuckling. I think they're probably just doing something that, yeah, here we go, that the Xbox cannot handle. So, what that is, I do not know. I really don't even want to speculate. I just don't know. Alright, so that's there and that's working. So these Mystic condensers are probably not an issue, because we found hers and it was just fine. Pardon me for a moment. Let's head out of here. I know they're all talking and they're going to go on for a while, and we're not going to wait around for that. The professor, I tell you, the professor would be the first follower that I drop due to his talking. It's just, that other dude's talking too, though. That's not the professor's fault. So let's hop over and let's go to Windhelm, the Palace of the Kings. And we'll go check out the grumpy old man spot. And then supposedly down in the Ragged Flagon, but I have not moved the Thieves Guild quest far enough to think that I'm really going to see anything. But we'll go down and check. It won't take but a minute to go down through the rat way and get there. So I know I'm taking you through these loads, but if I don't have something of value to say, I won't do that. But also, too, right now, we're trying to prove that we can move around and travel around. And so that involves, letting you see that, yes, I traveled from one place to the other and I did not crash. If you see a sudden stop, a sudden problem, and then the next thing you see is one of my little transition screens, and I say, oh, that was bad, well, then there we had a crash. So this way, we did not have a crash. So I will try to keep up that standard in this, and I know these videos are a little unique in that way anyway, because what we're doing is a little different than the normal video. It's different from the normal playing video, and it's definitely different from the normal spotlight. So he should have a condenser in here somewhere. There we go. Alright, they put a condenser here. Seems fine. I didn't try. Should we try to make something? I only have one thing. Let's try. Let's create. Okay, it seems to work. Let me check my potions. Let's see how it looks. Make sure it just didn't... Yeah, potent. Shouldn't there have been 2 of these? Or did I get a weak? I guess Well, I'm a little confused. I thought I would have 2 of these, but I only have 1. Oh, the old man. Okay. Watch out, hold on. Get out of the way. Hold on. Did you see that? I love the charging into people. It can... Well, move it. There you go. Thank you. I don't like to hit a lady, but, well, if you're standing there blocking my door. Luckily, this is a game, and it doesn't count. Alright, so, let's move on. Rifton is the only other place left to check. I don't think we're going to have any trouble. So far, this has worked very well. I've been very happy. So let's go down to Rifton. Rifton. We're rifting in Rifton. So yeah, so this is a different style of video than what we normally do. So it's going to be a little different, but I'll try not to make it too bad. And most of the loads are going pretty quickly. If these were like Fallout 4 5-minute loads, yeah, I would just go ahead and skip all of them because they're way too much. And I don't know if y'all have noticed that, but on the Xbox, definitely the load time for Fallout 4 is totally obscene. And it's the newer game. And you would never know it by the load times. But of course, I will admit that Skyrim's load time on the 360 was pretty abysmal too. No, I'm not talking to you. I'm moving on. Ah, no. The lavender fooled me. Oh, there it is. So this is hers. Seems to work with no issue. Alright, so the Mystic Condensers seem okay. Now I am going to have to stop here for a minute. And I will come back and we'll continue on. Well, I think we need to go down to the Ragged Flagon. But like I said, I need to stop for a moment. I'll be back.
Fascinating.
Alright, so we're going to head down to the Ragged Flagon. I was just looking at a butterfly and it looked way too big, but I guess that's okay. Anyway, the professor, I may have to let him go. He is really talking a lot. I don't know how much you can really get to hear though, since the toaster's machine does not work the way I want it to. It does not give us the sound through the recorder, which is too bad. Alright guys, let's move it. We'll be ready if we need to be. Okay, they don't seem to mind us being here. Sometimes they attack me, sometimes they don't. Alright, let's hop down. Let's see if we can hop up there and do the switch. Oh, good. We got that. Oh. Was there some activity down there? Hey. Oh. I forgot. Oh, he's still alive. He's a lowlife, but he's not that. He's not that bad. Okay. That's funny. Wow. Let's read the beggar, and we'll take it. You guys are pretty good. Oh, my goodness. Oh, she's got the cutting room floor. She's got the mage shield, or whatever you call it, the armor. There is a patch that makes it like the old version. I don't know if I like this version very well, because it looks odd. It's not horrible. I think I prefer the old version, though. Oh, he's using it too, isn't he? Yeah. There's a version that looks better. Well, I say there's a patch that patches that version out. Maybe that's how I should say it. Nonetheless, let's go in here and see if there is a Mystic Condenser. I don't know if there will be yet. And I know, sometimes I think I may be just rattling on and maybe rambling a little over much. And, if that's the case, then, sorry about that. That's just me. I'm just looking around. Would they put one? Where is? Where is? Well, isn't there? Oh, my goodness. Oh, okay. Shouldn't we be able to get back there? Why is this here? Something isn't right. What mod does that? I don't want to go in the vaults. I can't go in there, of course, because I don't have the key. Aren't we supposed to be able to get back there? I think there's an issue here. I don't know what's causing this. I mean, it's not destroying your game, it's not crashing your game, but I'm pretty sure we should be able to get back there, and we can't. Let's see. Humor me for a moment. I'm sorry. I'm kind of like, huh? Okay, tell you what, on every even level, I'll try to do health, and on the odd levels, I'll try to do stamina from here on, because I haven't been keeping track. Anyway, I'm disturbed by that. That means something isn't right. Now, we do have a special mod that I'm not familiar with that is supposed to allow you to move and place furniture. Now, I don't know if this is going to work. Dude, get out of the way. You don't own that, so you can't move it, okay? Alright. So we do have an issue. It's not a major issue, but we can't get to that section of the Ragged Flagon due to this. I'm going to do a quick mod review and see if there's something I'm not thinking of that might be causing this. I'll be right back.
Where are you going?